The Zentari Empire, one of the galaxy's most powerful empires, was on the brink of civil war. Years of accumulating political and economic issues had finally reached a boiling point. Two major factions were preparing to wage war against each other, vying for control. The galaxy couldn't withstand this war. Not only would Zentari territory be destroyed, but other civilizations could also be wiped out by the devastating conflict. In this chaotic atmosphere, no one expected humans to intervene. Alien leaders didn't believe in humanity's ability to produce peaceful solutions. They only saw humans as fierce warriors, known for their combative nature. Yet, the United Human Federation sent a special envoy to resolve the crisis through diplomacy, expert negotiator Wyatt. Wyatt had traveled to the Zentari capital, Vulgaris, to meet with representatives from both factions. The city was dominated by tense silence, like a powder keg ready to explode. One spark could ignite the entire situation. Wyatt was accompanied by strategy expert Nora and seasoned negotiator James. The three of them were fully aware that failure would result in a galactic catastrophe. The Zentari, as always, viewed humans with suspicion and disdain. But Wyatt and his team ignored these looks and began to prepare their strategic plans. Wyatt's first step was to meet separately with the leaders of the Empire's two main factions. His first meeting was with General Torvin, a harsh and ruthless commander representing the military faction of the Empire. Torvin had no interest in peace. Wyatt, remaining calm, tried to show empathy toward Torvin. He emphasized that he understood and appreciated Torvin's strength and the importance of military victories. However, Wyatt also made it clear how entering into war would bring destruction upon the Zentari people and destabilize the galaxy. "You may win this war, General," Wyatt said, "but you need to see what you stand to lose in the process. Your empire could turn to ashes." Torvin looked at Wyatt with skepticism, but Wyatt's calm and rational explanations held back his anger. Wyatt's empathy brought out the uncertainties within Torvin, though it wouldn't be enough on its own. He needed to meet with the other leaders as well. Wyatt's next stop was Lord Surina, who supported diplomacy. Surina was a staunch advocate for peace and the welfare of the people, but some in her own faction viewed her pacifist stance as weakness. Wyatt forged a strategic alliance with Surina, reinforcing her love for the people and her commitment to peace. He showed her how, through empathy and negotiation, the Empire could emerge stronger and more united in the long term. However, time was running out. Wyatt, Nora, and James had very little time to prevent the Zentari factions from plunging into war. Battle preparations were nearly complete. Wyatt now had to bring both leaders to the same table and secure an agreement. As they stepped into the grand meeting room, Wyatt could feel the tense silence enveloping the air. General Torvin sat at the table with a grim expression, his rigid posture showing both his determination and readiness for battle. His armor gleamed, signaling that he was prepared for war at any moment. His advisers beside him seemed filled with the excitement of being on the brink of conflict. On the other side of the table sat Lord Surina, graceful and poised. She exuded the aura of a leader who represented peace, her sorrowful gaze revealing her concern for the future of her people. The atmosphere in the room felt like a powder keg, just waiting for a small spark to ignite everything. Wyatt took a deep breath as he moved to the head of the table. Nora and James stood behind him, providing him with silent support. Wyatt had seen many tough negotiations throughout his diplomatic career, but this time was different. The fate of the galaxy rested on the decisions made around this table. Torvin was the first to speak, heightening the tension. "These peace talks are pointless," he said harshly, slamming his fist on the table, the sound echoing through the room. "Surina and her faction will weaken our empire and destroy it. War is inevitable. We must show our strength." Torvin's words increased the already strained atmosphere. Lord Serina's eyes narrowed with anger, but she worked hard to maintain her calm. Wyatt had expected this outburst from Torvin. He understood the general's warrior spirit and his belief in the power of strength. Wyatt leaned forward, speaking in a calm tone. "General, no one doubts your strength. But is true power only won on the battlefield? Will your people survive this war? Even if you win, what will be left of your empire? It could be reduced to ashes." Torvin's face remained stern, but Wyatt's questions had clearly made him think. Wyatt pressed further, wanting to clarify the situation. "You can challenge the galaxy, General, but the cost of war will be high. The Zentari people are not asking for victory. They want prosperity and peace." Serina seemed emboldened by Wyatt's words. She straightened up and spoke with a calm voice. "Torvin, the future of our people cannot be shaped by war alone. The long-term interests of our empire lie in unity and peace, not in destruction. What will we gain from war? Our lands will be ravaged, and our people will suffer. By the end of the conflict, there may be no empire left for us." As Serina's words echoed through the room, Wyatt observed the change in Torvin's expression. Despite his warrior nature, it appeared that Torvin was struggling internally. Wyatt could tell that Serina's emotional appeal had touched him, but it was not enough on its own. Wyatt needed to do more. Wyatt seized the opportunity created by the silence between the two leaders. He addressed both sides. Building an empire is hard, but protecting it is even harder. The only way to ensure the future of your people is to combine both your military strength and your diplomatic skills. If you go to war, you won't just destroy each other. You'll destroy your empire and destabilize the entire galaxy. Torvin was taking in Wyatt's words, his gaze now fixed thoughtfully on the table. As he reviewed his war plans, he seemed to start worrying about the future of his empire. Serina, meanwhile, looked at Torvin, supporting Wyatt's diplomatic approach. A subtle connection appeared to form between them. At that moment, Wyatt made a strategic move. "Torvin, even if you win the war, how will you ensure your people live in peace afterward? This war will have no victor. Peace will be the salvation of the Zentari Empire. I'm offering you this. Consider not the strength of war, but the long-term victory that peace can bring." After a long silence, Torvin finally lifted his head. A determined look had returned to his eyes, but this time it wasn't the resolve of a warrior. It was the resolve of someone who wanted to do what was best for his people. "Maybe you're right," he said slowly. "We have the strength to win, but this could be the end of our empire. Peace may be the harder path, but it's what's best for our people." Upon hearing this decision, a light of hope appeared in Serina's eyes. Wyatt, too, felt a wave of relief wash over him. As the negotiations progressed, Torvin and Serina reached an agreement. The two leaders declared that they would work together to rebuild the empire and lead their people to prosperity through peaceful means. This historic negotiation had not only determined the future of the Zentari Empire, but also reshaped the fate of the galaxy. Wyatt and his team had proven that humanity's strengths extended beyond physical prowess. They had shown that diplomacy and empathy could achieve great things. The Zentari people and other galactic civilizations no longer viewed humans as mere warriors, but as a strategic and peace-bringing force. This success resonated among other leaders in the galaxy. Humans were now recognized as one of the most powerful players in the galaxy. Wyatt and his team had secured their place in history. Human empathy had saved not only an empire, but the entire galaxy. I hope you had a good time. If you liked my story, do not forget to comment and subscribe to my channel. Goodbye. See you in the next story.